BTB Kicks here, and today we are putting the Asics Gel Kayano 12.1 to the test. We picked these up here in London, and we're going to be testing all of the theories and trying to debunk the 1-star rated reviews. So that means we're testing to see if they're actually comfortable, if they're actually narrow or true to size, amongst a bunch of other claims that people have made about this sneaker. I picked up a pair while we're down here, and we're going to test them out and try them on today, and we're going to see if those claims are actually true. But before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's put them on feet. All right, y'all, so to start things off, they look great on feet, which my first pair of Asics, I'm literally putting them to the test for you all. First review that we're going to debunk is this. This person said, these run way too narrow, especially in the toe box. My pinky toe was fighting for its life. Just out the gate, I'll say no, that's definitely false. I went true to size on my pair. I have a particularly wide foot, like I don't feel it at all. My pinky toe is fine in both shoes. We've been walking around in them for about 30-40 minutes now. I mean, they're comfortable. They're doing great so far. We're gonna keep walking, and then I'm gonna check back in with you all with the next review. Okay, so review number 2. Everybody hyped these up as super plush, but they feel pretty firm to me. Not the soft cloud-like cushioning I expected. I will say, given the shoe is a runner shoe, it is going to be more comfortable than your average shoe, but I'm not expecting it to feel like a Hoka or one of those racing shoes with a super high stack of foam cushioning. Just your traditional Asics shoe. It's just a light construction with a retro midsole taken from another sneaker, I believe. It's not made like how the newer ones are. It's basically what I'm saying. In that case, I mean, if they're using retro technology into fusing it with a newer type of upper or something like that, you got to expect it's going to be older technology, and it's not going to be super plush like how the Hokas, the Adidas Evo SLs, shoes like that are going to feel. So I mean, that's very subjective when it comes to the sneakers, but I think it's fine, honestly. I'm not wearing these to be the most comfortable shoes in the world. They're very comfortable to me just in general. Outside of like Jordans and Nikes and Dunks and those type of shoes, I'm cool with walking in them. They're comfortable to me, but as you all can see, which we're going to show you all, is compression and kind of like when you step down and how a shoe on the midsole is comfortable, and I guess compresses, like I don't know how to say it any other way, but you'll see how it is and what the form of the shoe looks like when I step down and put my weight on it, and how it's actually not so bad. Alright, y'all, so we're back from London, and I put absolutely crazy work on these sneakers. I actually have the stats on them. So while we were down there, I was walking around quite a bit, and I really wanted to get a feel for the sneakers. I ended up wearing them for, I believe, 6 or 7 days. 6, 7? I was wearing them for that many days, and I had my Apple Watch on the whole time, so I was tracking all of my steps and distance, basically, that I was walking in these shoes. Overall, throughout the whole trip of me wearing these, I actually ended up walking 62.13 miles in these shoes, which is equivalent to over 2 marathons and over 100,000 steps. We put in work for real on these shoes, and they still actually look pretty decent. I mean, they are a little bit, you know, worn. They definitely need to be clean because I got them dirty, but to have walked that much in them, that's actually not bad. Throughout the time of me wearing these shoes, I've been putting these to the test. I looked at what people said about the shoes, and I feel like with my rating and how I'm about to explain this, I'm going to debunk a lot of what they're saying, give you my honest opinion on how they held up to my test that I put them through. One of the first things that I'm going to talk about is the comfort and fit. That being, I went with my true size, a size 12. They fit perfectly fine when I put them on. They fit through the size. They didn't feel too big. It wasn't too tight or anything like that. It was literally perfect. You just get your regular size and you're good to go. As far as comfort goes, they're pretty comfortable. From the first time I put them on my feet, I was really amazed with how good they were. I will say there was a stint where we had done a lot of walking. My feet started to get numb, and they didn't seem to be as comfortable anymore, and I really thought it was maybe the fact that I hadn't broken them in fully yet, and the fact that my feet were just cooked from walking so much. I'll put the stats on the screen too of what I did. But I will say, after that second day of all that walking, these shoes were officially broken in. So when I put them back on the next day, they felt comfortable again. My feet felt better, of course, and they continued to remain comfortable throughout the trip. If I had to rate that out of 5 stars, I'd give it I'd say like a 4.5. I can't give it a perfect 5 because they weren't comfortable out the gate, but let's be so honest, they're not supposed to be broken in all the way. So these are more kind of like a blend of stylish and comfort, but more so leaning towards stylish and being trendy and fashionable. The next category that I'm going to be talking about is the materials and build quality. I will say at a price of, I think I paid £170, which translates to $225 USD, which is like kind of crazy because I think these in the States run like 170 USD. So I kind of got messed over by the conversion. For how much they cost, they held up pretty well. The quality was fine. They have a nicely constructed upper. They almost seem like they haven't really been worn at all outside of just the dirt that's on them. Honestly, I think these held up very well, and the quality of the materials on this shoe, I have to rate that a 5 out of 5. They're breathable, they're easy to put on, they don't hurt my feet, they don't cause any irritation, there's no weird squeaky noises when you have them on. After walking that much and putting that many miles on this shoe, the treads and all that is still pretty much there. It looks virtually untouched. If I were to clean it, you could probably pass these as almost new. The average shoe, I'd say, lasts anywhere from 3 to like 500 miles anyway. These held up very well. Next category, style and versatility. Out the gate, rate these a 5 out of 5, just because I honestly did not think I was gonna become an Asics dude, and I honestly didn't even really find myself liking this shoe until after I started putting together fits with the shoes. In the store when I bought these shoes, I was really buying them just to make a video on them. I didn't really like them, but I grew to love them after wearing them for a week straight. I wore them with sweats, jeans, cargos, and they just matched with everything. The only thing that I can kind of knock them on is the fact that this is not a sneaker you would probably wear year-round. That really just depends on where you're located. For example, right now in Chicago, it's very snowy outside. You know, I'm not wearing these in the snow. But if you're in some place that's warm year-round, you can definitely wear these out. I wore these in the rain in London and in the cold, and my feet never got super cold or even wet. Like I said, I give these a 5 out of 5 in that category. Moving on, we're gonna go into value for price. I paid £170 for these, which translates to $225. I will say that is pretty steep for a pair of these. I definitely think you could probably find a pair that's similar or a different colorway or style of an Asics shoe that would also fit the bill. But if you get them at the US price, I believe like $170, then that's cool. I will say it's on the higher end of the pricing. It's a little bit overpriced. I don't think it's too much different than the other gel Asics that people have been getting into. I think the 1130s, I think that's what they're called. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those are around like 100 to 130. I can't see these being that much more groundbreaking to pay a price almost at 200 for a pair of these. The quality that you do get in the shoe, it is high quality, but at the end of the day, it's just a running shoe that's just a stylish running shoe, and it should not be, in my opinion, more than 130 to 150. I have to knock it down to a 3 out of 5 in that category. And then the very last category that is kind of unique to me is the cleanability of this shoe, or on a scale of 0 to 5 stars, how easy is this shoe to clean? So you know, is this shoe worth getting? Because some shoes, like designer shoes and shoes that have suede, those are harder to maintain and to keep clean versus something like this. I would honestly say if you were somebody who was worried about messing up your shoes, on a scale of 0 to 5, I'd give these a 5 star. Actually, yeah. I'd probably say 5 star. How easy they are to clean. Up the alley of a Yeezy or your typical mesh running shoe, you can really get into this material. You don't have to worry about it bleeding or doing anything like that. You could damage any other part of the shoe. The shoe is pretty durable, so I think you shouldn't have to worry about getting these clean unless you're just running through straight mud, and this is a white color. So unless you're out here just wearing these and getting them muddy, then I would say don't get them. But if you're just regular everyday wear, then these are definitely gonna be easier to bring back, whether you restore sneakers or you want to take these to someone to have restored. This is a shoe that I believe would be one of the ones to see the best transformation in most cases. But outside of that, that's pretty much a wrap on this video. That is my take / review on the Asics Gel Kayano 12.1. I I like it a lot. I would recommend you getting a pair, but maybe catching them on sale. They're not like a must-have, but they are a pair that I think you should have in your collection if you just want something that's stylish as an everyday wear and goes with everything. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and let me know if this video made you all interested in buying this pair, or if you already have the pair and how you like the pair. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.